Welcome back, dear viewers, to another heart-stirring moment that has taken the entire entertainment world by storm. Today we relive the unforgettable live wedding of Rowoon and Park Eun, a breathtaking celebration that brought two beloved stars together in front of their families, friends, and millions of fans worldwide. This was not just a wedding, it was a living fairy tale unfolding in real time, with emotions running high, smiles and tears flowing freely, and a sense of intimacy that left everyone deeply moved. The live broadcast made it a shared memory for fans across continents, a reminder that true love, when celebrated openly, becomes a source of joy not only for the couple but also for everyone who is rooted for their happiness. The anticipation for this event had been building for weeks. The announcement alone sent waves of excitement through fan communities across the globe. A live wedding, featuring two of the most adored figures in Korean entertainment, was something unprecedented. Fans prepared by setting reminders, buying flowers, and even hosting viewing parties to share the moment with loved ones. Social media platforms were flooded with speculation about the venue, the guest list, and the possible performances that would make the wedding unforgettable. When the day finally arrived, millions tuned in simultaneously, turning the wedding into a cultural milestone that bridged generations and geographies. The venue chosen for the wedding reflected the grandeur of the occasion. A picturesque hall overlooking a serene garden was transformed into a dreamlike setting, blending modern sophistication with traditional elegance. White roses, baby's breath, and lilies decorated every corner, while strings of golden fairy lights gave the entire space a heavenly glow. The aisle, lined with candles in crystal holders, created a pathway that symbolized the light guiding Rowoon and Eun into their new chapter together. The live orchestra added to the atmosphere, performing timeless pieces that touched the soul and heightened the emotions of everyone present. Rowoon's entrance was a moment fans will never forget. He looked every bit the leading man in his finely tailored black tuxedo with satin lapels, his tall frame commanding attention. Yet, despite his striking appearance, it was the emotions written across his face that drew the most admiration. His usually composed demeanor was softened by the visible nervousness of a groom about to meet his bride at the altar. He greeted guests politely, bowing deeply to both families and showing respect that highlighted his humility. Cameras captured close-up shots of him adjusting his cuffs and taking deep breaths, small signs of the storm of feelings within. The collective anticipation reached its peak when Park Eun appeared. She glided into the room with her father at her side, her beauty magnified not just by her gown, but by the joy radiating from her face. Her gown was a masterpiece, an off-shoulder design with delicate lace embroidery that shimmered softly under the lights. The veil cascaded elegantly down her back, and her bouquet of ivory roses completed the timeless bridal look. As she walked down the aisle, her eyes met Rowoon's, and in that silent exchange, viewers witnessed a flood of emotions: relief, excitement, gratitude, and above all, love. The moment her father placed her hand in Rowoon's was deeply symbolic. The groom's hand trembled slightly as he received hers, holding it as though it were the most precious thing in the world. Eun smiled through glistening tears, while Rowoon mouthed words that seemed to calm her nerves. This intimate gesture captured the hearts of millions who flooded live chats with messages of joy, disbelief, and endless well-wishes. It was as if the world had paused, giving everyone a chance to savor this union. The officiator's words set the tone for the ceremony, speaking about the rarity and beauty of two people finding not only love but also partnership in life's journey. He emphasized the importance of mutual respect, patience, and trust, values that both Rowoon and Eun had already demonstrated throughout their careers and in their relationship. When it came time for the vows, the emotions reached their peak. Rowoon went first. His deep voice shook slightly as he began, but his sincerity resonated in every word. He spoke of the journey they had taken together, how Eun had been his greatest source of comfort, and how he promised to be her strength in times of difficulty. His vows carried no pretense, only genuine devotion. He admitted his nervousness, but also his certainty that in Eun he had found the person he wanted to spend his life with. Fans watching live confessed they cried as he declared his love openly, something rare for a man of his reserved nature. Eun Bin's vows followed, her soft yet steady voice filling the hall. She thanked Rowoon for being her constant source of encouragement and for loving her without conditions. She promised to walk beside him not only in moments of joy but also in times of struggle, to listen, to support, and to grow together. Her words were poetic yet grounded, reflecting both her gentle character and her determination to nurture the love they shared. At one point, she paused, whilst overcome with tears, and Rowoon gently squeezed her hand, a silent reassurance that made the audience melt. The exchange of rings was equally poignant. Simple yet elegant bands were chosen, symbolizing eternity and unity. Rowoon carefully slid the ring onto Eun Bin's finger, his eyes locked on hers, while Eun Bin did the same with trembling hands and a smile that lit up the room. The applause that erupted from both the guests and the millions watching online was thunderous, a collective celebration of this sacred moment. One of the most touching aspects of the ceremony was the involvement of both families. Rowoon's mother, visibly emotional, wiped away tears as she watched her son take his vows. His father's pride was evident in the way he looked at the couple, nodding in approval, as though he knew his son had made the best choice of his life. Eun Bin's parents radiated grace and happiness, her mother clasping her hands tightly together, her father watching with teary eyes as his daughter began her new journey. The unity of the two families was palpable, symbolizing not only the marriage of two people, but also the merging of two households. The speeches given by their parents were moments of pure sincerity. Rowoon's father spoke of his son's childhood, recalling his hard-working and humble nature, and expressed gratitude that he had found someone as extraordinary as Eun Bin. Eun Bin's father, in turn, shared how proud he was of his daughter, praising her resilience, talent, and gentle heart. He expressed joy in welcoming Rowoon into their family, calling him not only a son-in-law, but a son. These heartfelt words deepened the emotional atmosphere, moving both the guests and fans to tears. The lighting of the unity candle added symbolic beauty to the ceremony. As Rowoon and Eun Bin lit the candle together, their faces glowed in the soft light, reflecting the bond they had chosen to nurture. The symbolism was not lost on anyone. It was a reminder that while they were individuals with their own strengths, their union would shine brighter when combined. The reception was a perfect blend of elegance and warmth. Guests were treated to a feast that celebrated both Korean tradition and modern flair. Laughter and conversations filled the hall as friends, colleagues, and family members mingled. Well wishes came in the form of speeches and toasts, many of which were delivered by fellow actors and industry peers. Each toast carried anecdotes that revealed the couple's kindness, humility, and the respect they commanded from those around them. A particularly memorable moment came when Eun Bin sat at a grand piano and performed a piece she had composed for Rowoon. The melody was tender and soulful, carrying the weight of her love in every note. As the audience applauded, Rowoon stepped forward and sang softly, his voice harmonizing with the music in a performance that was both spontaneous and heartfelt. This duet was a highlight of the evening, showcasing their talents while also offering a glimpse into the depth of their emotional connection. Their first dance as a married couple brought another wave of tears and applause. Dressed in his tuxedo and her flowing gown, they moved gracefully to a romantic ballad, whispering words to each other that no one else could hear. The camera occasionally zoomed in on their faces, capturing smiles, laughter, and the occasional tear. It was a dance that spoke of promises, of beginnings, and of love that would only grow stronger with time. Throughout the reception, candid moments between Rowoon and Eun Bin stole the spotlight. Rowoon was seen gently adjusting Eun Bin's veil, whispering something that made her laugh. Eun Bin, in turn, wiped away a tear from Rowoon's cheek during an emotional toast. These small gestures, unplanned and unscripted, reminded everyone why their love felt so genuine and relatable. The live broadcast ended with Rowoon and Eun Bin standing hand in hand, addressing their fans directly. They expressed gratitude for the endless support, acknowledging how much the love from fans had carried them through their journey. Rowoon promised to be a good husband and to continue giving his best in all that he did. Eun reassured fans that though she was stepping into a new chapter, her connection with them remained unchanged. Their closing words felt like a gift, offering closure while also inviting everyone to continue walking with them in spirit. In the days following the wedding, social media was ablaze with clips, photos, and heartfelt tributes. Hashtags trended worldwide, with fans calling it the wedding of the century. Many expressed how the couple had given them hope in love, while others said the event felt like a personal celebration shared with friends. The overwhelming consensus was clear. This was more than a celebrity wedding. It was a love story brought to life, shared generously with the world. The live wedding of Rowoon and Park Eun will forever be etched in memory as a moment of pure magic. With both families present, millions of fans watching, and love radiating from every gesture, it became a celebration that transcended fame and industry. It was about two souls finding their way to each other, choosing to love openly, and allowing the world to share in their joy. The beauty of this union lies not only in the vows exchanged, but also in the authenticity with which they were spoken, leaving behind a legacy of love that will be remembered for years to come.